What's up, guys? So finishing some stuff up outside. I think I'll show you. Let me see. Doing a little bit of extra outside, messing around with some hang snatches, something I rarely ever do, but I kind of want to try it out, whatever. But today's video, I do some tempo eccentrics today with some power work. So I focus on just the eccentric lowering portion of the movement. I think I'm about 500 pounds, kind of a half squat, quarter squat. And I went to the XPT to some power work. The idea behind this is the eccentric tempo work potentiates the high velocity concentric work, and I broke them up separately. I'm gonna be messing with a little more of this eccentrically loaded movements in terms of weight. Normally, like, yeah, you do a death jump, that's eccentric loading, we all know that. But now I'm going to be adding in the barbell or near maximal eccentric overload, because my goal again is to squat a little more. I've never actually done this either because I've a little bit of banged up shin from whatever. I think I figured out what happened. I stepped weird when I was racking a barbell. And maybe that's what it was. I kind of like sprained my ankle almost. But point is, I'm trying to avoid some jumps for now, at least for a couple, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. We're almost at that week mark now. And so I'm doing these eccentrically loaded squats, taking advantage of the opportunity, right? Trying to learn a little bit while we're doing this. And then I'm going to be, so in the video, I pair that with the speed squats. So as always, I appreciate you guys listening. I do put in a little bit of a warm-up talk as well. And what I like to try and incorporate, it's a little different than what you expect. Deep sitting's the key factor there. I like to have my squat holds. But I appreciate you guys listening. Go check out the video here. As always, like, subscribe, and follow along. And I appreciate you guys tuning in as always. I get a lot of questions about what do I do for my warm-up before I squat, and different things. A lot of times I like to just squat with a lighter weight. Depending on the day, I might do jumps, a hop series, a skip series. But one thing I have been trying to incorporate is what I'm doing right now, right here, just sitting in a deep position. Lots of people talk about this. I know Adam from the Mind Pump crew talks about this. Scroll on your social media while you're, if you are scrolling on your social media, might as well do it in a deep squat position. A lot of people talk about the benefits of this, and this is something I try and do before I squat. Is I get into deep squat position, I work side to side. I'm not afraid to get my hands on the ground to offload myself or get into a little bit better position, working in each corner of the hip. So whether it's the right side or the left side, opening up, wiggling my feet around, shifting the hips front and back, side to side, even just sitting. If you have your phone, you can see here on your phone, maybe a little bit of an active lift and down, lift and down. But I try to get this deep squat position. For me, it helps loosen up the hips a ton. I normally get low back pain it seems like it stems from my hips when squatting too much, especially in the past. This has seemed to mitigate it quite a bit. Now, I'm not saying this is the end-all, be-all, the cure-all, but I've had a lot of benefits from people who've had similar issues. So squatting deep and just holding it, again, side to side, you can use a kettlebell if you'd like, has seemed to give me a lot of benefit. So this isn't the warm-up, like it isn't my quote-unquote, how I get my blood flowing, how I get actually ready to squat with big intent. Typically, I do that, especially down in the basement here, with just lighter weight. I take my time. I get mobilized through my deep squatting, whatever you want to call that, and then I get a bar on my back, and I start light, and I go heavier and heavier. Intent, no rush at all. If I have room and time, I'll do my hops and skips and so on. So this is one of the key things I've been adding, and we'll go check out some of the actual squats from today, because those are a lot more fun than watching me just sit in a bottom squat position, rocking around side to side. So here I am getting ready to do the heavy eccentric quarter squat, half squat kind of deal. During these movements, you always want to make sure you're ready, you're set, everything's good to go. Practice this with a lighter weight, obviously, and getting comfortable with it. But the idea is we want to slow and control. We do not want to free fall. And even as I tried some of these sets, I did some pauses to make sure that I wasn't just free falling to the ground. So this is kind of the potentiating portion, more than I can possibly lift concentrically. So we call that supramaximal eccentric loading. And then we go over to this awesome XPT, and I do concentric only, different positions, by the way. Speed squats, really high position on a lot of these. Then I get into some lower positions. But what's awesome is you can't see it really well when we zoom in on the next clip after the when I'm doing this. You can see that the clips lock in at the starting height. So I can go to starting height, I can lock the clips in, and then when I pull the handle, I can drive it up. So I'm not actually having to isometrically hold a position with the weight. I can lock it in and then just drive up against it aggressively. So again, I paired this. I did about 5 sets, maybe 8 sets in that ballpark. Really focusing on quality of movement, quality, quality, quality. We don't want any of these to be rapid free falls. I think this one I do some pauses on it. But again, high quality movement, trying to work on that control. I've never really done this before in my training. And so I'm excited to actually take part of this. I know some people have had really good results with it. See, there's that little pause right there just to make sure I'm not free falling. But I've never done this before. And so I'm doing the heavy eccentrics and then paired right here, the concentric. You can see on the pins, if you look on the far right, they're locked in. When I pull the handles, it pulls the pins out so I can drive up concentrically as fast as I can. So this is one of those super power pairings, I call it. I call it super because everything is really with really high intent. Now, I'm not lifting the eccentric fast, but it's really heavy. And the concentric is not heavy, but I'm lifting it really fast. So again, big efforts over and over again. I didn't do 1,000 other exercises, just being high quality in the weight room. So you can see here a different angle because I wanted to show the height that I was doing it at. Again, it's not full squat depth. And that's the point. I'm not trying to do this for my squatting. I'm doing this for my jumping. So people are like, oh, Max, why are you quarter squatting? It's not going to help your back squat. Well, that's okay. I'm not trying to help my back squat a ton. I'm trying to help my quarter squat actually because I'm trying to help myself jump higher. Now, if I do this for full back squats, I was pretty hyped up with that one. I like that one. That was a good rep. If I do these for full back squats, I lower the pins a little bit lower. And again, you can see explode up, explode up, explode up. So that was basically my workout today. I also included some random snatches. I'm doing this thing where I want to do 50 snatches a day just to practice the movement because that's something I haven't done. So that was kind of my final power aspect of the day. All in all, fun day, high quality day, and lots of big intent today.